We're entering the NHL Frozen Four semifinal, and the Vegas-Montreal series is drawing a lot of controversy, not because the teams don't belong to be there. Vegas had a good regular season and playoff. Montreal had a good playoff. They overachieved. They were top four in the division. 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, there's always upsets. But there's three different things going on right now. The Vegas odds makers have given zero chance to Montreal to win it, to beat Vegas. I don't think they're looking at it. See, this is not like football. If this was a football game, Vegas would probably win. Well, Montreal, with a possibility of 3 home games, the ghost of the form will probably hit. I can see Vegas winning in 6, or Vancouver. Sorry about that. 40-7, Montreal winning in 6. Montreal has a lot of good young players, a lot of veterans. It's a battle of goaltenders. If Fleury's better than Carey, he'll probably win. If Price is better, I kind of two minds because my distant cousin William Corey is playing for Vegas. A lot of the Montreal players have connections in the Maritimes, so I wish fans the best of luck on both sides. But there's 2 other things going on. Within Canada, most of the major media, Sportsnet, TSN, are having difficulty with Montreal being there. They were so pro-Toronto all year that they don't know where to place themselves. I mentioned this in a previous podcast. When Montreal won their 4th straight against Winnipeg, it came back to the 4 main announcers for Sportsnet and for TSN. It was like somebody died, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't know where to place themselves. It was almost like if Toronto lost in a Game 7 of a big playoff series. Montreal has always drawn a wide range of people across Canada to watch the game. The kids watch it, teenagers, middle-aged like me, seniors, older people. Remember the old Habs. You're going to get a wide range of people. The ratings are up. Toronto humiliated again. People's not thinking about that, so it gives more resonance to you got to play to win the game. Like Ken Dryden said, never underestimate your opponent. I think Montreal was underestimated by Toronto and Winnipeg. Now, the third and most interesting thing, there's been a lot of kickback or pushback amongst especially women under the age of 50 across Canada. I heard comments the other day at my local superstore, which is a Canadian version of like a superstore in the States, Whole Foods or whatever. I overheard a woman said, well, I don't like Montreal, they win every year. And I asked her straight out, I said, what do you mean win every year? He said, well, you win the cup all the time. I said, ma'am, you haven't won a cup in 28 years. And she literally, with a straight face, she said, well, it feels like it. Aha, bingo. Who was Canada's team, ladies and gentlemen? That's my cat, by the way. You want to tell him, Brenda? My cat just interjected. The Montreal Canadiens, thank you, Brenda, are Canada's team. Like the States, America's team, where people put it down. Who tunes in Sunday night on Monday Night Football? Who's saving network television right now? It's the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. That was given to them because everybody either hates or loves Dallas. Without the Montreal Canadiens, there would be no Toronto Maple Leafs fans because you need somebody to, not say hate, but someone to be intimidated by. You put on that friggin' jersey, okay? And all the goals, Vezina, Howie Morenz, Maurice Richard, Jean Beliveau, Kenny Dryden, Jacques Lemaire, Bill Durnan, Boom Boom, they all flow through the Montreal Canadiens jersey. Look at Cole Caulfield, that nice rookie we got from NCAA. He's skating like Saku Koivu. He looks like Saku Koivu. He's skating like Matt Snaslin. He looks like a European player that we were bringing in, even Oleg Petrov, Valerie Pure. Every time you see Montreal play, it brings back memories of a time where life was simple. We had drive-ins. We had no internet, no harassment like we have now. Racism was in our face. It wasn't projected racism or what you call a racism checklist. We're all racist one way or another because I think Canada's better than the States. Sue me. That's just me. But it doesn't mean somebody from Hungary doesn't think his country's better than the States or Canada. Put it this way, I believe Canada is God's country, and we'll leave it at that. But the Montreal Canadiens have drawn so much money when the Boston Red Sox and the Boston Celtics, New England Patriots had their glory era, which was about, 2002 to 2017, like the corporate era, or 2019, who do you think that mimicked? When the Montreal Canadiens were rolling, it put millions and millions of dollars in the Canadian economy. They sold chicken, they sold couches at the Brick, new TVs. Why do you think people got into high-definition televisions? Because you could watch the playoffs. You would plug every year. You wouldn't plug in the Toronto Maple Leafs or the Winnipeg Jets, even the Oilers, because Gretzky was gone. When Montreal does something big, everybody rides. It's like a lottery ticket. You buy lottery tickets and everyone's a winner. You scratch it, you might get your $2 off. Back, you might get $50 or you might win the big money. We won the big money in 1986. A long shot to win. The big money in 1993 came close in 89 and even 87 we lost to the Flyers. I tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, if it's Game 5 and Montreal's up 3-2 in games after winning Game 5, we go into Game 6. The heads of the Canadian bank's head's going to explode. He's going to say, there's going to be loans tomorrow. It could start an economic boom not seen in Canada because we're coming out of COVID. You find that a coincidence? You think God didn't say, let the Montreal Canadiens win a cup and bring Canada out of the COVID blues? Could be. Because the last time they won, they came out of a recession. Chrétien won the prime ministership from Brian Mulroney's intolerable 8 years. Coincidence, I wonder. Anyway, to the Vegas fans out there, it's not your fault the Canadiens are like that. I'm cheering for Vegas. I like your team, not only because of Pacioretty and Corey and Fleury. You got a good team. I have big respect. You remind me, this is a compliment, by the way, of the old St. Louis Blues teams that Jacques Demers had and that were later on. You got a good squad. It's your been nothing but positive since you've been in the league. We needed Vegas years ago, just like an old WHL. But you watch that series. If Montreal gets momentum, you win one of the first 3 games. They're only down 2-1 entering Game 4. All hell's going to break loose. Because when Montreal gets momentum, 1971, do we not remember? Do we not remember, 1978 when we got momentum back? 79, we got it back. 84, almost got to the finals, 2 games away. 86. Anyway, it's going to be quite interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Montreal Canadiens fan, stay tuned. I'm going to try to do regular updates on this podcast channel to let you know what's going on. My 38 years of covering sports in New Brunswick tells me the big winner is the economy of Canada. Vegas doesn't hit as much in the West Coast economy. Quebec, Ontario, East Coast. If Montreal gets a run, everybody's happy. And if everybody's unhappy, that means they're buying voodoo dolls to put the curse on Montreal, so it's going to help the economy. I predict if there's a game, like I said, a Game 6, someone will come on the CBC channel, financial, talk about the economic boom of Montreal being in the final. I can guarantee you watch for it. And he'll talk to his old stodgy guy. I remember 93 when you went on and it was worth 1.75 of additional GDP. That's what's going to happen. Nobody talks about the Boston Red Sox and the Patriots, what it meant to New England. That helped the economy. It still is. I would go down to the Boston region before the Red Sox won and before the Patriots won. There was no gear. It wasn't selling. Everybody started wearing Ramirez and Garcia Pera and Ortiz and Brady and Belichick and Seau and everything else. It was amazing. Anyway, Vegas, even money to win the series, but if you got $5 spare, take Montreal in 6. They're not going to win at 5. If you win in 5, the gods are really pushing it too much. There's no way Vegas is going to lose in 5 games. They'll lose in 6 or maybe 7. If Vegas is going to win 6 games, going to lose 6 games. That's a guarantee. Thanks for listening. Bye.